Well, hello there all you absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another live stream of An Ecologist Plays, where we talk about nature while playing games. Now today, of course, is May the 4th, which is International Star Wars Day, and because it is, I am wearing my Star Wars shirt, so my Darth Vader shirt, and I hope that I have now got my camera right. Yeah, looks good. Alright, so I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We are having a chilly time here in southern South Africa. It has snowed on not the nearest mountains, or not the mountains nearest to us, but the second mountain range from the coast. It has started snowing there, so it is nice and cool. But I hope you all are having a nice, toasty, warm evening. Now, today on the agenda, of course, we are going to expand our city even more. Hopefully we are going to get the next tier of citizens. We're going to get the Cives, and we should be able to. Yes, we can already build insula, but I think we need marble for that, if I'm not mistaken. No, we don't. We just need bricks, iron, and yeah, that's it. Just a lot of money, and that will allow us to actually get the Cives. So we are ready to get the next tier going. I see Fireduck is here. Hello there, Fireduck. Welcome to the stream. How has your weekend been? Have you had a nice weekend? Have you been busy? And yeah, how are things going on that side of the world? So, today's objective, as mentioned, we're going to expand the city. Again, not at the cost of conservation. We still have to keep this area free of any buildings. We're not allowed to build in the riparian zone either. This is the closest we will build. So even that is actually surprisingly close, but unfortunately I needed to expand to get enough Peregrini to actually, get the next level, the Cives, to get the insula built. So that is going to be today. And also we are going to do quite a bit of trading, and I'm not sure whether in the background you can hear the Harida ibises, very noisy birds we've got here in South Africa. It's a typical African sound. They go with these ha-ha sounds. Biggish ibises, but yeah, Bostrikia hagedach. It's an interesting bird. But very noisy. There were just a few flying over. Now, because today is also Star Wars Day, every half an hour or so, if I remember, we are going to have a little joke, a dad joke, seeing that soon Wilson will be arriving and I will officially become a dad. It's time to now morph into even more dad jokes. So, first one today is, what is R2-D2 short for? Well, it's because he has stubby legs, of course. So that's dad joke number one for this evening. I've got 5 of them lined up. The last one will be right as we end. My personal favorite will be right as we end the stream tonight. I see you've had a bit of rain there, that side, Fireduck. Well, we had a bit of rain this week as well. It was absolutely lovely. We stayed home. It was a nice public holiday. We played a bit of games. Had a lovely, lovely time. All right. Now, I've had a look on this map, and I am sure there's no marble on this particular map, on the River Delta map, which means we will need to import marble. Now what we've got the toll house over here. Okay, and it was pointed out in the comments of one of the sections of video that was posted on YouTube that the toll house itself here doesn't actually bring in a toll yet. Also, this toll house here, we don't do trading in it itself, but we can at the top here click on region. And there we go, we now have the regional map. So this is where Villa Ecologia is. Right over here, there's our road going down, and there's the road going up. So it's really nice when you can see which roads connect to where. Apparently, we haven't connected to... Have we connected to this road? Let me just quickly go into the city. Have we connected to all 3 roads? Yes, we have. Okay, there's that one. So that's one road there, and one road there. You need to be fixed to all these roads in order to actually get trade easily. So what I mean with that is, with Villa Ecologia being over here, if we wanted to import anything from these villages up here, we needed to be connected to this road up here. If we wanted to import anything from these villages over here, we needed that road connected, and anything to these villages to the south here, we needed to connect that road over there. Since we are connected to all 3 roads, we can import quite easily from any of these villages, which is really, really great. I see Fireduck, you also say once my son is born, all the dad jokes will be dad jokes. All the jokes will be dad jokes, because you'll be a dad telling jokes. Indeed. Oh man, he must come now. We are so excited to meet him. We're excited to start the family officially. Now it's just this waiting bit. By the way, Nick does send her regards to everyone. She also says she hopes you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead. See, Fireduck, you also mentioned your old cat likes napping in their lap. Ah, it's cute. Not when they wear shorts. So drape some pants over the lap and settle down right now. Our baby cat, or youngest cat, not baby cat, she's like 5 years old already. Middle-aged already, old teenager, young adult. She also, like this past weekend, or this past week when it was so cold, actually sat on Nick's lap as well. Actually draped over her shoulder, kind of just suckling there. It was quite cute, just like draped over the shoulder. Super adorable. Alright, so let's see. Regional trading here. Each of these little villages will give us something. So this one over here, we can pay 8 denarii per week, as well as lose 10 reputation and pay 150 denarii once off, and then we'll get 20 food delivered to us per week. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. This one, 48 denarii per week, and they will give us 3 marble per week. That is also very, very nice. Okay, that is actually one we may need to go for, since we do not have a marble mine in our village borders, or in our villa's borders. This one will give us bricks at 20 denarii per week. So if we wanted to, we could get rid of our brickworks and just import bricks the whole time. If we have a nice enough income, we can do that, no problem. Okay, so there is a potential for that. Interesting, it is also located along the river here, because a lot of clay will be deposited during floods, will be deposited on the side, on the shore over here, and they of course are mining it. Let's see here, we've got wood. I think I'm alright with wood. This one here is also, they will give us food in exchange for... no, never mind. We can choose. We can either pay them give them some food, and they will give us 20 denarii per week in taxes, or we give them more food and they give us 13 food, and we pay them 5 denarii per week. So I'll probably go for this weekly taxation one if we do decide to go that route. This one here, okay, that is that one, okay. This one is, they will, okay, they want food. No, sorry, denarii. That is denarii, that's not food. Again, denarii give us wood. This one is either food or money. This one is money for food. Let's see. This one... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, I thought, never mind. Getting distracted here. This one also food for money, so you can really choose which one you want to give you food. This one also food, also for money. Anything else we should get... There we go. That should be iron, because that is in the hills there. So 2 iron per week for 84 denarii per week. That's quite a lot of money, but thankfully, as you can see, we're almost on 100,000 denarii, which is absolutely marvelous. Let's see, this will probably also still be food. Yeah, that is also food. This one, nothing yet. Okay, so the only one we can get marble from is this one. Yeah, this one over here. That is quite cool. Okay, so we're probably going to go for that one. And we may want to go for the iron one as well. So that will be 84 denarii plus 48. That is 146, I think that is. No, 100... Sorry, not 6. 142. Oh man, Will, your maths are horrible. 132. 132, yeah, you know what? We've actually got enough money to do that. So we are going to do that. We are going to conclude this agreement. And we're going to conclude this agreement. And I think that means we will need iron storage and marble warehouse as well. We will need some of that in our settlement. So what we're going to do is right next to our farm here, we are going to build a road coming up. Okay, so the marble one will actually fit in quite well. And then we also will have the iron one. How's the iron warehouse looking? That will also fit in quite nicely over here. Yeah, also at the same. That's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to just build the trade route coming up here. And you know what, we're just going to have it straight like that. Unfortunately, we did lose some of the trees there, but that is unfortunately a compromise we are going to have to make here. Then, in order for us to not actually do any mining up here, because this is technically our conservation area still. We don't want to disturb this area over here. Also, I think, is it not floodplain? No, it's not floodplain. No, okay, this is not a floodplain area. I thought this was also floodplain, but no, floodplain over there. Nonetheless, we want this stretch relatively pristine, so that animals and birds and insects and stuff, all those creatures, and plants as well, can actually move along here undisturbed. That is the idea. Okay, so, let me just quickly check that I haven't missed any messages. No, doesn't look like it. And then, let's build the 2 storages here, because, as far as I know, the goods will not be delivered unless we've got the relevant storages here. So we're just going to go for that storage over there. That's thankfully only going to cost us 7 denarii per week. That's not expensive. That's for marble, yes. And then iron. Iron warehouse. Oh, okay. We are going to put this one down like that and just have a little side street coming down. That's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. Okay, yes, as it exactly at the right time it says we don't have iron storage. Okay, so we're just going to have to get that one up and running as well. Then we can get... Oh, what do we not have? What do we not have? We don't have... Oh, we need more slaves. Let's get 4 here, I think we need. Okay. Minimal slaves that we're going to use. We're not going to go in excess here, but the iron warehouse, we're going to just plop that down there. Alrighty. Then let's see, for the insula. Insula means island. I think that's just brilliant. So the insula here could actually refer to a single house, like we've got over here. This is an insula, or an insulum actually. I think it would be insulum. Or it could refer to a whole block of these houses, these apartment blocks. That's in essence what these were. These were apartment blocks. Okay, so we are going to have to plop them down somewhere. Where will we plop them down? That is now... Ooh, this is now really becoming more tricky. We can afford to lose 22 liberty. We can afford to lose 22. There are 6 in there. There are 6 in there, and there are 15 in there. So we can afford to lose these 2. Okay. We are going to also lose the crops associated with them, because I'm going to probably build a bit over here. Let's just see, where is the city boundaries? Yeah, right up until here, we can actually build, and it will be okay. Okay-ish. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Hello there, President. Welcome to the stream. Glad you are with us as well. Things are going very, very well here. Just eagerly awaiting Wilson's arrival, but he will hopefully be here soon enough. How are things on that side? Are you enjoying springtime in the northern hemisphere? Yeah, winter is officially coming this side, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. This one. We need to pack as many of these, or as of the Cives into this little block as possible. This is going to be a relatively high intensity development, because I think we need, in order to actually get the domus, we need 800 Cives. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's like 16 of these. 800? Yeah, 16 of these apartment blocks. That's big. Okay, let's see. This one will accommodate 72. Okay, that is actually... That's not too shabby. Yeah, it's not too bad. We can put that down here, and the entrance itself will actually still be within the city boundaries, within the altar boundaries. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll see how happy they are. I can't imagine them being extremely happy, but we're going to see. Okay, so that's that. This one here, 42 people. This one, 48, 60 for this one. Okay. Let's just try to get as many as we can. That is 72. Okay, see, that's a big block. Okay, that's a 72 for that one. 24, 32, 16, 8, 32, 12, 60 for this one. But I think, yeah, we don't have enough bricks for that one either. That is also just something to keep in mind. We don't have enough bricks. Wow. Did we stop the bricks? Yeah, we did stop the bricks. There we go. Right, okay, so brick production will now be starting up again. Slowly but surely, we'll hopefully get a few bricks going here. Okay, how's our finances looking? Still about 200 denarii income more than expenses. That is actually quite good. If we wanted to run for praetor... We can't run for praetor yet. Oh, we can't because we don't have the wealth needed. Okay. We need 800 reputation, which we are not going to get soon, I think. But let's see. One way I think we can also try to do this is to actually start up a second village. And that may be the way to go. That may indeed be the way to go. Now, as far as I know, we can't actually trade between villages. But maybe in future we can. But as it stands now, we can't really trade between our own villages. So we can't have like this one gathering food and sending food to the other one. We will need to import it a different way. We can have a port. We can place down a port over here, which of course will cut into our riparian zone over here. We don't want to destroy the riparian vegetation or the vegetation associated with the river here. But if we need to, we can build a port over there with the storages just over there. Okay, I just want to quickly check here. These guys, are you happy? Oh, no, no water supply. Okay. Now, this I have also done off screen. Last time, there were so many wells all over the place. They were really like, it was just everywhere. I have destroyed most of the ones that are unnecessary. So now we only have ones that are kind of necessary. That's what we have now. We're just going to place a well down. Where will we place the well? Where will it be well to place the well? I think right over there. That'll do as well. Then, sure, these guys, they need the theater, they need religion, they need an arena, they need thermae, the hot springs in essence, hot water. They need the lupanar, which is a adult recreation. They need latrines and they need a restaurant. They've got so many needs that have to be met in order. Oh, distance to necropolis is too close. Oh, that's bad. Okay. The necropolis is too close there. I forgot about the necropolis being over here. That's why I didn't actually build anything over here, because the necropolis is too close. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I see, President, you also say it is quite warm there where you are. Nice. And 28 degrees with some heavy showers. Oh, we can definitely do with a bit of thunderstorms on this side, that's for sure. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, technically we could still build over here. This may be a better spot to build some of those fancy pants houses, those insula. I think that is in fact what we are going to do. We're going to destroy this road over there. Come on, I thought I was destroying it. There we go. And we're going to destroy that road over there, and we're going to just plop down a bit more of the city street over here. And then we are just going to hopefully get insula or two in here. Yeah, you see this one, when we have enough bricks again, we can place a nice insulum down here. Sure, it costs 3,000 denarii just to place that down. And 564 bricks. Okay, so obviously nobody's going to come in here, right? No, it's 0%. It pains me to do this. I don't have, do I? I don't have the housing for engineers yet. This could be good to get. So this housing for engineers, right? What it does is it allows you to actually recruit engineers, and those engineers, how much does this cost? Only 5 denarii, that's fine. And those engineers you can then train to go and do something. They go get training somewhere, and they either increase the well radius even more, or they allow you to get some resources back when you destroy a building. Those types of things that are really, really useful to get. Some of them are more useful earlier games, some of them are more useful later in the game. Okay, so we'll see which ones we can get. Okay, how's our wood storage looking? Sure, only 11%. Really quite low, the wood storage. Okay, I think production is going alright though. I think that's all going well. Bricks, brick production, brick warehouse, yeah, 15% full, that's fine. I think we're going to get some... Oh, I'm accidentally pressing the wrong buttons here. We'll get some bricks again soon. Anyway, let's see here. What to do, what to do. We're just waiting. This engineer house, or house for engineers, almost done. As soon as it is done, we can quickly just use or get an engineer and do some stuff with him. Any moment now. Let's see, the insula... Okay, we haven't built an insula yet. We just have this one here. As far as... Yes, you can actually see that here. So, with the insula, you actually look down here. Very similar to many apartment buildings. Bottom one is actually storefronts. Okay, so there are stores at the bottom, on the bottom floor here. Stores and little restaurants and things like that. You can see some... can see some things hanging right over there. Probably like onions or garlic or stuff hanging from the window still there. And then at the top here, those are all apartments. Some accommodation for people to actually stay in. Okay, I don't think we've got anyone living in here technically at the moment. No, zero Cives. We'll see, maybe one day we will have some people living there, but for now, no. So let's see, President also says if they know their Roman history, should Lego the building to another part of the empire. Yes, we should just like pick it up and plop it down. But the one way we can, to some extent, do that, we're going to hire. We've got Numerius Luventius, that is, or Juventius. That'll be the I, and as far as I know, in many of these Latin languages, the I there could also be pronounced kind of like a J. So that is Numerius Juventius, potentially there. So, or Juventius. The Juventius, yeah. So, I know even in older English, as far as I recall, you could often have like, instead of a J, there was an I there, but it functioned like a J. Alright, here you can see we've got latrine drainage, which doubles reduction of epidemic risk through improved drains. We've got more stable well shafts, allowing the radius to be increased by 30%. That's a lot. Tree wedging, plus 50% felled trees per week. That's quite nice. Foot reinforcements, more clay being healed, more bricks being yielded, more marble. Okay, fewer slave deaths among the chain slaves in the marble quarry. Less wood production for the brick production, or less wood consumption for the brick production. There we go, that's the one. Small holder, which is also a very useful one, allows you to get 15% increased yield from backyard gardens, which we have a lot of in our empire here. Stonemason, plus 15% marble processing efficiency, but we're not going to use that because, well, we don't have a marble mine even in our village, so no. Warehouse manager, fisherman, there we go. Resource processors. When demolishing a building, 85% of the construction materials, but not the money, are added to the storage. We're going to take that. We're going to select Numerius over here, and we're going to send him either to Syracuse or to Antioch. This one will take 35 weeks. This is quicker. Okay, a good teacher. Worst teacher, 6 out of 10 reputation. This one is 8 out of 10. Training is 18 weeks here, 7 weeks here. Yeah, I think there's a clear winner here. We're going to go for this one. We're going to pay a bit of money. Off he goes. He'll be back in 16 weeks or so. And hopefully then we'll be refunded for this blunder we made over here. And we'll be able to use the resources there to plop down another insula over there. Okay. Let's just see. Yeah, the one I want to plop down, I guess this one. It's 564. Oh, that's a lot of bricks. Now this one's also 564. Yeah, both of them give me 72 Cives. Yeah, I think that's the most we can get. I think that is the most we can get. Okay, that's alright. That is indeed alright. Now what we can also try to build is actually the trade building. If you look here, foreign trade, the trade market over here. This again will also eat into our bricks, but as far as I know, this will allow us to also get more trading done. Resources and stuff like that. It doesn't look like it needs any money per week, which is lovely. I just want to check where we can actually build it. We can't build it here. We can't build here, it seems. No. Okay, we are kind of running out of space. Okay, now what? We're going to build this when we can delete this insula over here. We're going to build that over there. That's what we are going to do. Because the business people, unlike the people living here, don't care about the fact that there's a graveyard right next to them. Alrighty. Ah, man. Okay, let's try to speed up a little bit more the time over here. We're waiting just for our engineer to come back. Yeah, I don't think we can do much in the meantime. How is our calendar looking? Our festive calendar. Let's have a look here. Currently, we've got a nice bunch of things happening here in March. And that's when we get 6 prestige. Okay, or reputation. Because we've got the theater and the arena putting on a show at that point in time. We don't have an Odeon and we don't have a circus. I wonder, can we even build an Odeon yet? Oh, we can. Technically, it takes 784 bricks, which we don't have. Okay, you know what? We're not going to do that yet. Financially, that's fine. Food, that's 100%. That's more than 100%. That's brilliant. That's what that is. One thing we could try to do is perhaps just build the port. I think the idea today is we need to get some... we do need to get some trading done. And yes, this does cost us some money. And it does cost us some bricks. And unfortunately, of course, we will be eating into our riparian zone over here to some extent. I think if we place it down here, this should be fine. You know what? No, we're going to actually do it right over here. You know, there's a reason why I don't space it out here. And that's very often the case with conservation versus development is, do you stuff up a small area completely, or do you slightly stuff up a larger area? So kind of the approach we are going for here with our city itself is stuffing up a largish area less than we would if we built more intensively. We could have put all these buildings in a much smaller area, but then there's really no biodiversity in that area. But if we space it out, we've got the opportunity to build gardens like these, allowing some species at least to still move through the area. Yes, we are going to lose some species. Some species will not move through the city here. You can imagine like wolves would avoid the city here. Deer maybe will come through, but most likely not. But some of your more common species, your generalists, they very often would still be able to move through here. If we built this area up completely, well then nothing would be able to survive there. We have stuffed up a smaller area more completely. But if we space it out like this, we stuff up a larger area less completely. So in the case of our city here, we are stuffing up a larger area less. In the case of what we are doing here, our port, we are going to build that right next to the fisherman's hut over there. Because that means we're just stuffing up this area. We're not going to put up the port over there and have an impact with the development over there and there. Instead, we just have it in this localized area. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stick with that. Trade. Right over here. Port. Oh, there we go. Numerius Juventius has completed the resource processes training, and thanks to Epona, has returned safely to the city. The city will now benefit from his new knowledge. Okay, this means we can destroy this useless insulum over there. And that should have given us a bunch more bricks up there. I think it has, which is marvelous. Okay, and now we can use this more for office blocks and stuff like that. But let's get back to the port here. Port. Which one do we want to go for? This one has got a capacity of 200. Now we should be able to, yes, we can make the harbor warehouse, which we can place right over there and there. That should allow us to get maybe just one. I think just the one. Just the one, that will be enough. That will give us capacity of 350. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Not going to go for the pier. We are going to go... not that one. We're going to go for... ooh. And not this one either. We are going to... this one looks nice. Okay, we're going to place that down right over there. Okay. It's going to cost us a bit of money to do this, but I think we should be fine. Especially once we've placed down some more insula. Oh, well, one insulum over there. Yeah, I think we need to do it over there. That is what we need to do. One big plop over there. We're not going to build more into this area. That is conservation land. But one insulum right over... oh, never mind. We don't have enough. Oh, we used the bricks for the port. Oh, man. Right. Are we not importing bricks, are we? Currently, we are importing iron and marble. Yes. So, the bricks. That was right over there. 20 denarii for 5 bricks per week. We can afford 20 denarii, right? Yeah, we can. Okay, conclude that agreement. Thank you very much. Hello there, Ozzy. I see you also in chat. Hello there.